Hello to everyone. My name is Franco. I promised you the analysis and guidelines for the DNU 70/2023 in Argentina, which is the degree of necessity and urgency. Title basis um, for the reconstruction of Argentine economy or Argentine economy was published on December 21, 2023. This decree introduces significant changes to labor regulations with the objective of promoting economic recovery through deregulation, reducing litigation, and fostering private employment, particularly in small and medium-sized enterprises. That's why I was calling for them, medium and small size companies from America. If you are interested or you already invest in Argentina in any project, you have a project on your own or whatever, you might be interested in the key changes for the 2023 from this degree of emergency, necessity and urgency. The decree aims to modernize the labor framework to better align with current economic needs and global work trends. So for that, we'll be talking about the 6 big key changes that introduces this DNU, this degree of emergency and urgency. Also for these key changes will be mentioning guidelines for compliance if you're a company owner, and also some proactive actions based on this new regulation. So we'll be starting with the key changes. There are 6. The first one is are grounds for dismissal. So new grounds for dismissal in Argentina, obviously. These two are participating in workplace blockades or occupations is now considered a serious labor offense. So this offense will be against the company. If you're contributing to a blockade on your workplace or an occupation, this might lead you to dismissal. All right, so they have grounds for dismissal if you're doing this. Also, any act that hinder or impede the freedom to work during a strike, such as intimidation or threats, are also deemed serious offensive. This will be deemed by your co-workers more than your employers. I mean, this will be a offense directed to the co-workers rather than the company. The second key change introduced is about severance pay. We've got 3 items on this. The first is about the formula of severance pay, which stays the same. I'll mention is 1 month salary per year of service. So this will remain, but it excludes the annual bonus, which is called aguinaldo in Argentina, and other semi-annual or annual payments. Secondly, it's about or for employees with variable pay, the average of the last 6 months or the last year, whichever is more favorable, will be used for calculations of severance pay. And the third is about the base for the severance pay cannot be less than 67% of 1 month's salary. So if you get $10,000 a month, tell me where to get that job. But if you get $10,000 a month, your severance pay cannot be less than $6,700, so 67%. All right, so the third key change is about discriminatory dismissal. So any dismissal based on race, ethnicity, nationality, sex, gender identity, sexual orientation, religion, ideology, or political opinion are now explicitly considered discriminatory. You'll be asking yourself if this wasn't here before. So what happened? Yeah. So we basically weren't free enough. We didn't have this item, and now we don't. We do have it. So that's a really, really good one for everyone who is thinking we are not getting freer and freer with this government. We actually do. This is one of the biggest. All right, discriminatory dismissal. This is a pro. Argentine people doesn't see it, but we'll be seeing it in the future as it comes on. So the fourth key we've got is reemployment and indemnities. So if a reemployee worker have received indemnities from a previous employment termination with the same employer, these amounts will be updated based on the consumer price index CPI plus a 3% annual interest rate. That is for reemployment and indemnities. The fifth key, which is labor credit updates, has two items. The first one is interest on labor credit will be capped at the CPI plus a 3% annual interest rate. The CPI is the consumer price index, same as before. And about condemnatory judgments, has been introduced that can be paid in up to 12 installments with the same interest rate applied. All right, and the sixth and last is about collective bargaining agreements. So this is a big, huge one for the people, for the free of the people. So when a collective agreement expires, only the clauses regarding working condition will remain effective until a new agreement is established. So if a collective agreement expires, the working conditions will remain for the workers, right? And until a new agreement is established with new regulations or whatever. Maybe repeating the same as the last one, or repeating and improving. It always tend to improve. I don't know why am I saying this, but it's known. So about these 6 key changes, there is some guidelines for compliance. This is mostly for the employers, but also for the employees to know what is going on in Argentina. So firstly, we've got to understand the new grounds for dismissals. These two we said about participating on blockades and acting to hinder the freedom to work. So employers should update their internal policies to reflect the new grounds for just cause dismissal, especially regarding participation in workplace disruption, as I said before. Secondly, review and adjust severance policies. Ensure that severance calculations align with the new regulations, excluding annual bonuses and considering the appropriate average for variable pay. The third is implement anti-discrimination measures based on the third key, which is discriminatory dismissals. Establish or update anti-discrimination policies to ensure compliance with the new provisions regarding discriminatory dismissals, as I said before. Fourth, monitor reemployment and indemnity adjustments. This means to keep records of indemnities paid to reemploy workers and apply the correct updates based on the CPI and interest rates. All right, as was mentioning before. as I was mentioning before. Fifth, manage labor credit payments. Prepare for the possibility of paying judgments in installments and understand the interest rate gaps to avoid financial surprises. Plenty advices. Six, stay informed in collective bargaining. So keep abreast of any changes or renewals in collective bargaining agreements to ensure continuous compliance with working condition clauses. So next we have productive actions based on the new regulations, which obviously involves everything that we said before. Firstly, update employee handbooks. Include detailed information on the new grounds for dismissal, severance pay, calculations, and anti-discrimination policies. Conduct training sessions. Educate HR personnel and management about the changes to ensure proper implementation and compliance. Engage in proactive legal consultations. Regularly consult with labor law experts to stay informed about best practices and any further legislative changes. Enhance record keeping systems. Develop robust systems to track severance payments, reemployment histories, and indemnity adjustments accurately. You will be amazed, but this doesn't regularly exist in Argentina. There's little of this. Promote a positive workplace culture, foster an inclusive and non-discriminatory work environment to prevent issues related to discriminatory dismissals. You might think this is basic, but really, these are policies that do not exist in Argentina in most of the companies. All right. Six and last, review and negotiate collective agreements. Work closely with labor unions and employee representatives to negotiate favorable terms and ensure all agreements comply with the new regulations. So bear in mind the labor unions, the labor unions in Argentina are kind of disturbed. I mean, they act like no other country. They have a lot of strength, and so this is crucial to work closely with them to assure favorable terms with them on the agreements. So by understanding the implications of the DNU 70/2023 and taking proactive steps, employers can navigate the new labor landscape effectively while promoting a fair and compliant workplace environment. So this was all from Argentina, from me. I am a law student. I'm just acting as a citizen. I intend to do a superficial analysis and guidelines for compliance as some proactive steps to stay in order and help others. So if you are one of these investors to Argentina that has a small or medium company and is trying to invest in Argentina, bear in mind these changes had been introduced by the DNU by the decree of emergency in December 2023. So the last year on December. I leave you an invitation to come forward and trust us as a country, I guess, to invest and bring us better quality in our life, to improve our quality, to improve quality as human and on the living as well. So we are restricted on dignity, which is very important, very basic. People doesn't know what dignity is. People in Argentina doesn't know what the difference of a private or a statal is, and they just go, forward with the state taking care of everything as a big huge father, as a socialism always has done. So we are escaping this socialism structure, and this is me trying to help my community, and yeah, to be helped and co-work with everyone. We got the capacities and the willing to improve our life and our reality for the next 40 years, I guess, and the next following years after those 40 years. So be welcome to come to Argentina and work with us. Thank you very much. See you later.